I have a new king, but I'm still the queen of soccer.
That's the wrong sport, Teresa.
Oh, okay. I have a new king, but I'm still the queen of tennis.
No, that's still not the right sport, Teresa.
Okay, wait. I have a new king, but I'm still the queen of wrestling.
No.
No? Okay, one more time. What is it again?
Baseball.
Okay. I have a new king, but I'm still the queen of baseball. Did I do it right? Yeah. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Raphael and I am here to review episode 9 of The Real Housewives Playing Soccer of New Jersey. So we start the episode off right where we left off with Teresa running up on Margaret and telling her that she looks like shit. And she's also telling her, Margaret, I can't believe that you would expose Bill's secret affair from 10 years ago in front of everybody. You know that would have hurt Jennifer to the core. Why would you do that? So Margaret's telling Teresa, Teresa, let's not try to deflect the situation away from you and Louis onto Jennifer and Bill. And honestly, I agree with Margaret, including Melissa I agree with, because Melissa was just like, I'm not sure why Teresa's trying to ignite this fire between Jennifer and Margaret, knowing that both of them already sat down, they talked about it, and they're trying to move forward peacefully. So Teresa, if you're mad at Margaret, just say that you're mad at her because she's talking about your boyfriend Louis. Don't try to use them as an excuse to say, oh, I'm just trying to be a good friend now. It's too late, but Teresa, she's just like, no, Margaret, let's talk about the husbands. Let's talk about Louis. Let's talk about Harry Hamlin if you want. Go ahead, let's talk about it. Give me your best shot. What do you have against him? Go ahead, but don't bring up those allegations because honestly, last night I saw 2 missing necklaces from my night shelf. He's already looking a little sketchy, so just don't bring that up. But go ahead, give me your best shot. Honestly, if you want to talk about it, and if you want to be honest, I actually heard about that rumor from Evan cheating on Jackie from you. I heard it from you, and that's all it took for Margaret to go off. Margaret's just like, no, don't you ever say I said such a lie like that. I never said anything about Evan or Jackie. And I'm just looking at Margaret like, if it's not true, why are you getting so defensive about it? The other thing that had me speculating about the situation was when Jackie jumped in and she was like, you know what, Margaret? No, it's fine. I don't believe the rumor came out of your mouth to begin with in the first place. Now, I'm curious to know if Jackie genuinely believes that Margaret had nothing to do with the rumor about Evan cheating on her coming to light in the first place, or is she just going with the flow because she knows that if she questions Margaret might get spiteful and she might be like, wait, Jackie, you're questioning me? I thought we were friends. You know what? No, now I need to teach you a lesson. Let me go get my shovel. Let me go dig up dirt on Evan and let me expose you for your marriage for not being as perfect as you've been claiming to be these past 2 seasons. So I'm curious to know if Jackie's just scared of Margaret, because even last episode, she told Dolores, she was just like, oh, you do not want to go against Margaret. So I'm not sure, Jackie, is there some truth to this? I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Margaret had any play with this? Knowing her track record, I wouldn't put it past her. So she throws Jennifer right underneath the bus and she tells Teresa, you know what, Teresa, you want to talk about honesty and snooping around in other people's relationships? Let's talk about that phone call that you made to Serena that Jennifer actually told me about. And I'm looking at Jennifer like, you see what happens when you open your mouth too much? To Margaret, out of all people, she's going to use it as some type of ammo. So she tells Teresa, let's talk about that phone call. You know, you went around snooping around to see if Evan was actually cheating on Jackie. And Teresa, she doesn't know what to say. She doesn't know what to do. She's just standing there stuck. She's like, should I hide behind a bush? Should I hide behind a tree? What do I say? Do I deny it? Do I tell the truth? I'm just going to deny it. I never made a phone call to Serena. I don't know what you're talking about. She was just denying the whole thing as if Jennifer didn't just throw her underneath the bus last episode. And she's just like, no, I never did that. I don't even know what a phone call is. I just got a cell phone this morning. I never made a phone call. No, I don't even know a Serena. I don't know who, Serena Williams, the tennis player? I don't know who you're talking about, Margaret. So Jennifer, she's like, you know what? No, Teresa, it's fine. Like, I told her, yes, you made the phone call. We were upset about it. It's fine. And I would be so mad if I had a friend like Jennifer, like, you see me lying, lie with me. Like, don't expose me and have me looking stupid. I mean, yes, it's the right thing to do, but no, it's not the right thing to do. Like, you're my friend. You're supposed to lie with me, but she was like, no, it's fine, Teresa. We were upset. It was wrong. It's fine. It was just in the heat of the moment. So Teresa, she still continues trying not to take any type of accountability. And she's like, well, no, I only did that because everybody was trying to use me and trying to hurt me about my relationship. Somehow this whole situation gets brought right back over to the analogy from last season, from Gia and what Jackie said to Teresa. And I'm like, why are we continuously talking about the situation again? Like, Teresa, just say what you did was wrong. And that's that. And Jackie's just like, well, I was just using that as an analogy. And all last season, I was team Jackie with that because Teresa, you want to make up rumors or spread rumors about my husband? Okay, be prepared for me to use somebody that you love as ammo as well. So they continue talking about that. Eventually, Teresa's just like, Well, I was just using this phone call as, something to try to get revenge because I felt hurt. And I'm like, Teresa, please save it. You got exposed. It's fine. Even Jennifer came down and she was like, it's fine. It was wrong for us to do that. I'm so sorry. Well, she apologized, but Teresa, she refused to say anything. What I found so funny was that Tracy, she was up in the trees trying to do the obstacle course. And she was trying to get down as soon as possible. She was probably like, fuck, get me down from these trees. I need camera time. Quickly, I'm the front of the show. Hurry up, get me off this damn thing. You know what, I'm just gonna jump. And what was even more hilarious is as Margaret and Teresa are going at it, you just hear her asking for help. Like, Margaret was just like, you know what, Teresa?
Can somebody get me down from here? I need to go film down there. I need to get into it with Teresa. Hello? Can somebody help me? There's a squirrel up here and it's scaring me. It's looking right at me. Oh my gosh. There's an owl too. Is that a snake?
Teresa continues on by focusing her attention over to Tracy without saying her actual name. And she's like, well, certain people here, their husbands want to question my boyfriend about certain things online. Like, who are they to talk about anything? And then Tracy, she jumps back and she's like, wait, hold on, Teresa. Back it up 2 seconds. And I'm like, ooh, Tracy. So you want to fight. And then Teresa, she snaps back and she's like, what, did I stutter? And I'm like, ooh, Tracy, if you don't jump across that table and try to secure your spot for next season. So Tracy, she's just like, wait, Teresa, what's the problem with my husband questioning Louis about certain things that we read online? What's so hard about that? Like, what's the problem with doing that? Teresa, she's like, well, I mean, I could question you about certain things too that I read online about how you and Tiki got together. They say that you were the nanny when he was with his ex-wife. And I'm like, Tracy, she puts her foot in her mouth because she's like, well, I wasn't the nanny. And I'm like, wait a minute. So if you weren't the nanny, how did you and Tiki get together when he had a whole wife attached to him? So Teresa, she refuses to sit down. She's like, no, everybody's just trying to pop. I thought for a second she was going to say, everybody's trying to pop my pussy. The way she kept saying that everybody was trying to pop her, see, I almost said it right there, to pop her love bubble. She's like this one right here with the abusive allegations or whatever. Like, what's wrong with you, Margaret? Margaret, she has a very slick mouth because she is so quick with it too. She's like, oh no, that wasn't me. It was probably all his ex-girlfriends. And I'm like, damn. But even though she refused to sit down with them and she was storming away, she still had time to promote her fitness line that she gave them in gift bags. She's like, wait. And one more thing. I don't want to sit here, but those are gift bags right there with everybody's name on it. So make sure that you take that shit home or else, okay? I'm leaving now. Okay, I'm leaving. Yeah. And by the way, don't forget to wear my love shirts at one point during filming, okay? And visit my website. I also gave everybody here a 50% discount code in the little bag. So make sure that you take it home, okay? Yeah, now I'm leaving. No, I'm leaving like for real this time. Oh, and one more thing. I also added new merch on my website. So make sure you go check that shit out too and use the promo code as well, okay? It's TableFlip96 at checkout, okay? Yeah, that's it. I'm leaving. I can't stand you, Margaret. Now I'm leaving. No. Oh, and by the way, Margaret, I also added a pink shirt in your bag because I know pink is one of your favorite colors. So make sure you wear that shit, okay? Tracy, I also gave you and Tiki matching shirts because I think both of you are cute. Okay, now I'm leaving. Yeah. Okay, I'm leaving now. And I'm like, Teresa, leave. Like, she's really promoting her fitness line as she just got into it with both these women. Like, no, if I was Margaret, honestly, I would have been petty and I would have been like, okay, Teresa, you're walking away and you want me to, promote your little gift or whatever? No, I'm going to set a little fire and I'm just going to throw the gift right there in the fire as she's walking away. I know Teresa probably would have burned that entire forest down to the ground. Like, if she actually did that. So as she's walking away, Margaret's just like, no, fine, it's fine, Melissa. Let her go. Teresa, she turns around and she's like, oh, let her go. Shut up. And I'm like, Teresa, you're always walking away every time the heat gets hot in the kitchen, or in this case, in the forest. Like, just sit down. But then again, maybe it's best that she leaves because who knows if it could escalate to something else if she stays, knowing that she's already at a 10. So she's walking away. She turns back around to Melissa. She's like, Melissa, make sure that your friends aren't talking about me too as I'm leaving. Okay, make sure they don't talk about me. And I'm like, you sure? Because Melissa's gonna be right there with them talking about you behind your back. So We move on to Melissa's house, and she's talking to Josephine about these invitations that she got for Antonia's Sweet 16, and she's glad that Antonia's been feeling happy about it, because recently Antonia hasn't really been happy about anything because of her injury, causing her not to cheer anymore, and because she also had to switch high schools. So at least she has something to look forward to, and she also tells Josephine about his sister's tantrum that she kind of threw in the forest. Then we move over to Teresa's house, and she's packing everything up with her daughters because they're ready to move out and get a new home with Louis and his 2 sons. And I'm so curious to know how that's gonna work, because Louis, I believe he has 2 sons. Teresa has 3 daughters. I wonder how the dynamic is going to be once they're all underneath the same roof. I mean, it's always been just Teresa and her daughters, but now she has to be with her boyfriend and his sons. So I wonder if anything is gonna change or if the relationships are gonna change. And I also wonder if Bravo is going to give them a spinoff, because that is 7 people underneath one house. And with all the allegations that have been surrounding Louis, I'm pretty sure Bravo was probably like, let's capitalize off this and maybe we could make this kind of like a home show or whatever, showing Teresa and Louis and how their families blend together, sort of. So that's why I can see this being Teresa's last season, if that's in the works in the future. But regardless, Teresa, she's sitting down with Gia. She's telling them about everything that happened in the forest, how everybody came after her, Tracy and Margaret specifically. Gia's just like, wait, so nobody had your back? And she's like, well, I mean, Dolores kind of had my back, but nobody really said anything, for me or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm looking at this like, okay, I understand that, Gia is her daughter and she's her mom, and yeah, Gia is of age. But it's just like, should Teresa be telling her this? What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's okay? I don't know. Gia's already going through a bunch of emotions with leaving the house, knowing that this is the last thing that she has of her dad. So it's just like, do you really want to add more stress to her life? Like, oh no, my mom is being ganged up on by a bunch of women that are being phony to her face. So I'm not sure. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's okay for her to have this conversation with her daughter? Then we get a therapy session between Jackie and her therapist, and this whole conversation was heartbreaking to listen to, as all the other conversations that Jackie has had about her eating disorder this season. She goes on to tell her therapist that she was scared to come into this session because she knew that this was going to be the last time that she could count her calories when consuming food, because she knew that the therapist was going to be like, you need to stop that moving forward. She also goes on to tell the story that back in college, when she was a bigger woman, that she was putting on lipstick and she saw a guy right behind her tell her, oh, that's not going to work. And she was heartbroken because of that. She was like completely, devastated about it. And that just goes to show you that you just never know who's dealing with what in life. That's why you have to be careful when, making certain comments, making certain jokes about people, especially when it comes to weight. She also goes on to say that, oh, every time me and my children go out for ice cream or anything, that they always get ice cream, but I have never done that. I've never gotten ice cream in 20 years. And I'm like, wow, Jackie. Jackie also says when Evan got with her, she was scared that he was going to leave her in the end if her body changed in a way that he didn't prefer. And this also proves someone's comment left in one of my videos stating that the reason why Jackie looks so insecure in her marriage and she's always scared about these cheating allegations is because she's probably thinking like, oh, if he cheats on me, it's probably because of my body. He's probably cheating on me with somebody whose body he prefers or somebody he's attracted to physically. So that also plays in her mental. She's probably also like constantly worried about that. Like, I don't want my husband to cheat on me. What can I do to fix myself? So the therapist also tells Jackie, you do know that this is not a little case of anorexia. This is a full-blown case of anorexia, Jackie. So both of them, they agreed that before their next session, Jackie's going to try to work on eating ice cream. And I'm just glad that she's getting the help that she needs for her body and for her mental health, because from last week, I was worried for a second. I'm like, Jackie, you can't refuse treatment. You have to do something. So I'm glad that even if she's, doing this, it's baby steps to a better life. After the therapy session, Jackie goes home to discuss it with Evan, and he lets us know more of their dynamic between both of them when it comes to dealing with her eating disorder. And he says that when they're on vacation, they can't be on vacation for more than 4 days because she starts to worry about what she's eating. She doesn't want to lose control of that, and she needs to be back home in order to, count calories and all of that. And he also says that when they go out to dinner, that she has to call the restaurant ahead and say, oh, can you just like steam the vegetables, not fry them, not cook them, but can you just steam them? She also tells Evan that her therapist told her that she's dealing with full-blown anorexia, and it was hard for her to even say the words out loud because she never admitted that to herself. And then she also asked Evan, I'm going to try to put on weight. Are you still going to want me even if I do put on more weight? And it was so sad to hear her just simply ask that question. I mean, I get why she's asking, but it's still heartbreaking to hear that. And he's just looking at her like, yes, I'm still going to love you regardless. Like, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. I want us to travel together and not have to worry about coming home after 4 days. So he's just like, yeah, everything is fine. And it just really makes you look at the whole whole marriage again from a different perspective. Like, let's just say that these alleged cheating rumors surrounding Evan are true and Margaret possibly knows something about it. I'm pretty sure that her being Jackie's friend would never confront her about it one-on-one in front of the cameras, because she knows that the fallout is going to be terrible. She knows that Jackie's probably going to be devastated, heartbroken, and shattered to pieces. And I'm pretty sure that the rest of the cast probably looks at Jackie like, well, I mean, we might know something about Evan, but we're not going to really put it all out there. We might give you like little hints and pieces and clues, but we're not going to really put it all out there 100%, because they probably know that Jackie's probably not going to be able to handle or withstand the backlash that comes with that and her marriage falling apart on camera. So I don't know. It just makes you think about stuff like that. Then we get a date night between Jennifer and Bill, and they're going out to this restaurant to have food, to have drinks. Jennifer is letting us know that they just had family time between her, Bill, and the children, practicing how to drive in the parkway of their house. And I wish that they would play scenes like that out in full instead of having it in flashbacks. That way we could just see a different dynamic between them instead of seeing this cold-hearted tension between Bill and Jennifer when they try to talk about the affair from 10 years ago. It doesn't always have to be in a negative light, but Jennifer, she's like, you know, situations like that makes me feel like I don't regret staying in this relationship, as opposed to leaving when she found out that he cheated on her. And I'm just like, I don't know. Every time she says something like that, it makes me cringe, because absolutely not. Like, the minute I find out, I'm leaving, I'm packing all my shit and I'm leaving. But you know what? If it works for Jennifer, then that's her. But Jennifer is just like, so, I mean, you know, Bill, I want you to make up with the guys. You know, I want everything to be fine between everybody. I made up with Margaret and Melissa. Everything is fine now. So I think we could come back for season 13. What do you think? And Bill is just a complete cold-hearted vampire. He's just like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they really hurt my wife. And I just don't see myself being friends with them. So I'm not sure, Jennifer. And Jennifer's just like, I mean, okay, I understand that, but well, you know, our anniversary is coming up, you know, like our 19th anniversary. Like, it's just crazy to me, right? And then Bill, his reaction, it just looked like he just wanted to throw up. Like, it just looked like he's just completely checked out of the marriage, because he's just like, yes, 19 years, Then Jennifer killed me with her next line. Jennifer is just like, well, I mean, if anything happens within the next 19 years, I mean, I don't care, because I leave with half. I was dying. I'm like, yes, Jennifer, yes. And you know, Bill, he probably had diarrhea all night as soon as she said that. Like, you know, Jennifer has Chanel on speed dial, Gucci on speed dial, and the Birkin bag. She probably had all the Birkin bags already on layaway. Bill replies to Jennifer by telling her, I mean, it was 10 years ago. Do we really have to still process this and talk about it? And then Jennifer, I'm not sure what she was drinking that had her acting up, but she was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, Jennifer, what were you drinking? It must have been Jack Daniels, because only Jack Daniels or dark liquor makes you act like that and talk reckless. But she was just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I want to talk about it now. I should have said something back then when I was taking care of your children, but you were out at the strip club doing who knows what, eating who knows chicken wings at the strip club, throwing all the money around, but I was at home scrambling eggs for you. So no, we need to talk about it now, and I feel some type of way about it. I hope we get the help that we need moving forward. And Bill, again, no emotion. He was just like, he was probably thinking like, oh fuck, I wish that they would call me into surgery right now. So then Jennifer continues on by saying, well, you know, I also mentioned this whole affair to my mom. My mom really didn't really judge you. She's more mad at Margaret, but you know, I mean, that's one thing. But I just feel like me and you, we have to work on our relationship, because if one person checks out, the whole thing is going to fall apart, Bill. And Bill, again, had nothing to say. So Jennifer, this is going to be my advice. So Jennifer, listen closely. Get a little closer, just in case if you're watching, get closer. So what you need to do is go home, listen to Beyonce's Lemonade album on full blast, pack all your shit up, and leave. Like, you're gonna leave with half of the man's money anyway, so I mean, you might as well just do yourself a favor now. Then we get Margaret at her house, and she calls up Tracy to discuss the text message that Teresa sent to the group chat, and she's like, Tracy, don't you find it weird what Teresa said about us in this group chat? I mean, it's so strange. Let me read it out loud. Hey, my baby gorgeous. Oh wait, no, this is my message from Lisa Bartlett. Give me 1 second. Let me go to the group chat. Real Housewives of New Jersey group chat. Here we go. Okay, so this is how it went. I just find it weird, Tracy. She said, hey, my stunning beauties, my stunning models, my stunning everything. I was wondering, the last event that I was at where I almost beat Margaret's ass and Tracy's ass, a 2-for-1 combo, LOL. And then she put the emoji. Can you believe that, Tracy? Anyways, let me keep reading. Yeah, so I gave all of you gifts promoting my fitness line. So I'll really appreciate it if you could wear it to this baseball game charity that we're having for Dolores's event. Can you please wear it? LOL. I really appreciate it. And make sure that you take a picture and post it on your Instagram story and tag me and the fitness line. Can you believe this, Tracy? And honestly, I was with Margaret because there's just no way that we just got into it not too long ago in the bushes and now all of a sudden you're calling me a stunning beauty and now you want me to promote your fitness line? Fuck your fitness line. Like, no. Instead of love, it's gonna be no. Everyone starts showing up to Coney Island to have this baseball game that they're all gonna be a part of for charity. It's gonna be Dolores' team versus a bunch of doctors. So everybody shows up. Everybody's just looking at each other like, did we not get the memo? Why are we not wearing Teresa's fitness gear? What is going on? Tracy, she breaks the ice and she's like, well, I'm not gonna be wearing it because we just had an issue like a couple days ago. So why would she put me and Margaret in that group chat? Margaret, she also has the same stance. She's like, I'm not gonna be wearing anything that represents Teresa for today. And then Jackie, she jumps in and she's like, well, you know what? I was thinking that I'm not gonna really be wearing her fitness clothing either. I just don't want to have a bunch of logos. I don't want to be a walking billboard. And the camera crew was so shady because the second that Jackie said that she's not gonna be a walking billboard, they pan over to Melissa.
Don't say anything. Just keep quiet and promote your envy. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Nobody's gonna notice that you're wearing your merchandise. Just be quiet and stay quiet.
So then Teresa and Gia show up, and Margaret, it's like she wanted to get underneath Teresa's skin right away because she stood in front of the entrance like Superwoman with her chest all pumped out just to let Teresa know, like, look, I'm not wearing your shirt. Like, look, I'm not wearing it. It doesn't say love. What are you gonna do about it? So then Teresa's like, oh, guys, everybody, I have a couple extra, shirts, a couple extra pants. If anybody wants to wear it, like anybody wants to wear my fitness line. And then Margaret, she's like, no, we're good. No, we're absolutely good. No, we're good. No, I don't want to wear. No, we're completely good. No, we're so good. We're good. We're good. No, we're good. And then Teresa's like, wait, why are you saying it like that? Like, why are you saying it like that? Like you want to fight or something? And then Margaret's just like, no, I'm just saying like, we're good. I don't want to wear nothing tacky today. Like, I'm good. I like this little red shirt. I'm good. And then Gia, her head almost did like the 160-degree spin or 360 spin like the Exorcist because she looked over at Margaret and if looks could kill. I mean, we're all wearing black leggings, so what's the problem now? I mean, my mom always supports you, so what's the problem?
I just don't really feel like wearing anything right now, Gia. Maybe another day, but not today.
Okay. No, it's okay. No, okay. Okay. What is everyone's opinion on Gia jumping into Teresa's issue against Margaret? Is it okay for her to defend her mom? Should she have stayed quiet? The way I see it is, Gia, you're a grown woman now. So if you want to insert yourself in drama with any of the other women, then it's no rules of what they can say right back at you. Because the same way that you can have opinions, thoughts, and vocalize whatever you feel to them, they can also do the same thing right back at you. And I don't want to hear from Teresa jumping in and saying, no, children are off limits. No, children are off limits. You cannot talk to my daughter like that. She's way too young. No, because your daughter here, you don't say anything to her saying, oh, you shouldn't say that to Margaret. Even though, I kind of get what Gia's saying. I do get where she's coming from and what she's saying to Margaret. But at the same time, again, you're not off limits from Margaret saying something right back at you. Margaret's just not going to do that out of the respect out of Teresa. I think that it will look weird as well if any other women came back at her. But again, it's not impossible. We seen it on season 2 of the Housewives of New Jersey. When Jacqueline's daughter, Ashley, she opened up the doors for Gia to be able to have drama with the women now. Because we all remember Ashley grabbing Danielle by the hair and trying to look for a moment in that parking lot. She really made me cringe. So, Gia's not the first one to do it on this franchise. I'm just saying, is it okay? What do y'all think? Let me know. But regardless, everybody's just like, you know what? We should all wear our little love uniforms because I don't want any drama. So, Melissa was pissed that she had to take off her Envy outfits, which by the way, I'll never understand why she named her boutique or whatever Envy. I would not want to walk around looking like a jealous bitch. Like, oh yeah, I'm envious of you. Like, no, if anything, it should say you're envy of me or something else. You could have come up with something a little bit more catchier than that, but it's still a cute name, I guess. Everyone heads out to the baseball field, and for the most part, it was actually enjoyable seeing everybody take a turn at whacking the ball with the baseball bat. Although I'm not sure what Teresa was doing at one point. She was yelling out touchdown. She was like, touchdown, touchdown. Although I'm on the same boat as her because as she's screaming it, I'm like, okay, I was thinking nothing of it because I'm like, okay, I don't really know baseball, so I'm assuming that's right. But then Louis had to go over and correct it like, babe, you're making a fool out of yourself. Touchdown is football. But again, I was on Teresa's side because she was saying touchdown and I was over here yelling it with her. I'm like, I don't know what baseball is. But regardless, everybody took a turn at whacking the ball. And then Jennifer comes up. She's wearing like a Jason Voorhees face mask. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is she about to do? As she hits the ball, she begins to run to first base. Look at that. I know baseball. But as she's running to first base, all of a sudden the camera goes in slow motion and we see her body just tilt over like, no. And then her entire body gets scraped against the ground and she trips over her shoes. And she's like, oh, these damn red bottoms, these damn Louis Vuitton shoes. And I'm like, who told you to be Dorit at this baseball game? Jennifer, you didn't have to come here luxurious. You could have just stopped at Target, maybe TJ Maxx, or even Marshall's and get yourself a pair of like baseball shoes for this game. Why did you wear red bottoms? But okay, I mean, maybe she was just like, oh, it matches my shirt. Maybe I could wear these, but okay. Then I believe it was Margaret. She took up to bat. And, she kept trying to swing and she kept missing. And then Teresa's on the sideline and she's like, oh, see, if you had my leggings, your ass will be jiggling. And then Tracy looks so annoyed. It's like, all of a sudden you hate Teresa for what? Like, you're new here, Tracy. Let's calm it down a little bit because Tracy's just like, I can't believe this. Like, she's really body shaming. Oh, I can't stand her. Like, I fucking hate her. You know what? I can't wait till I get home to write in my burn book. I'm gonna write a whole paragraph about her. Like, I can't believe her. And she's saying this to Jennifer. And Jennifer, I'm like, are you gonna not say something to Tracy? Like, tell her to stop talking about your friend. But she didn't say anything. I'm assuming because she wants to be in everybody's good gracious. But I'm like, is it really body shaming? I mean, all she was saying is that Margaret's ass would have jiggled if it was in her leggings. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, maybe. But Tracy, I just feel like you're looking for reasons to hate Teresa for no reason at this point. But okay, I believe Joe and Frank, they were having a conversation and something stood out that Joe said. Joe was just like, oh yeah, I'm like this athletics person. I'm like the best athlete here. And then Frank, he was just like, let's relax now. You're like 5'4". I'm like, damn. If I was Joe, I would have just went back into the lockers and cried. Like, he was just like, no, I'm not hold on. No, I'm not 5'4". I'm 5'7". Don't say that to me about Frank. Don't say that to me. Don't say that. That was mean. Louis, he was actually doing a good game of baseball. Louis, I like seeing him throw himself all around. And then Tiki, he showed up from having an affair. I mean, he showed up from doing who knows what. And then Teresa's just like, oh, look at him. Because I believe he was putting tape on Louis' shoe. And then Teresa's just like, maybe I could put tape on your mouth since you want to talk so much. And since you want to question so many questions to my boyfriend. And I'm like, wow, Teresa, you're very bold. And Tracy, I'm pretty sure you heard that. If I was you, I would have been like, Teresa, what do you want to say? And I would have gone to scrapping with Teresa right there in the staircase. But I believe she begins to hug him or something. She wraps her arms around him. And then Tracy, again, she's like, why is she hugging my man? Like, why is she doing that? Like, I can't, what is this? Tracy was probably having flashbacks to when she used to do that to somebody else's husband, to somebody else's wife. But okay, regardless, she was just like, I don't know about that. And then Margaret's just like, yeah, no, that's just Teresa for you. And I'm just like, why are both of you just so bitter? Margaret, I understand, but Tracy, like, you're on the wrong team. If anything, if I was you, I would have came into the show trying to defend Teresa. But I mean, she chose her side and her side is Margaret. And I guess we'll see how that plays out for her. And then Jennifer, she's just like, oh, well, Bill, he couldn't come tonight because he had work. Sure. And she's just like, hopefully in the future, he could make it up to the guys and, he could make it up to me by just going up to the guys and apologizing and being their friend again. And I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that, Jennifer, because you continuously beg this man to do certain things and he continues not doing them or caring about them or getting them done. So, I mean, how many more times are you going to continue begging this man? If I was me, I would just be like, okay, you have one opportunity and that's it. It's not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like the 5th time already. She's telling him like, can you please make up with the guys? And if he doesn't want to, then he doesn't want to. Like, so it's like kind of like a double-edged sword because I get what Jennifer's saying, but if he feels some type of way about it, and if he feels like, so strong in his emotions on what they said about Jennifer, his wife, then I mean, he has a right to feel that way. But at the same time, I mean, this whole thing is starting because of your affair. So the least you can do is just like swallow your pride and at least just, apologize to the guys to make your wife happy, I guess. And that was that, y'all. What did y'all think about this episode? Did y'all enjoy this baseball game? Do y'all know anything about baseball? Do y'all follow baseball? Do y'all know what a touchdown is? Or are we all on the same boat with Teresa? Are you team Teresa or are you team Margaret and Tracy? And what do y'all think about Jennifer and Bill's situation? Do you think that it's gonna get better in the future? Do you think that she should leave him? What do y'all think? But let me know down in the comments what y'all thought about this whole episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Touchdown. Bye everybody. Mwah.